In this video, we are going to see how to communicate some of take phrasal verbs. The first one is take for. We use this take for phrasal verbs to believe something about somebody, often wrongly. For example, they took her for an idiot. So take for, to believe often wrongly about somebody. And the next phrasal verb is take in. We use take in to allow someone to stay in the home or in the country. For an example, they have nowhere to go, so she took them in. And the next phrasal verb is, we use the same take in to deceive somebody. For an example, they lied. It is impossible for her to believe that she was taken in by them. So, take in, to deceive somebody. We use this phrasal verb to deceive somebody. And we use the same take in to understand something, to comprehend something. For an example, even though she explained several times, I couldn't take it in. That means I didn't understand anything. And the next phrasal verb is take against. We use take against phrasal verb for stop liking someone. For an example, she took against him when he tried to avoid her maximum. So take against, we use this take against for stop liking someone. And the next phrasal verb is take off. We use take off phrasal verb to depart or leave the ground. For an example, the flight for Bangkok will take off at 9 p.m. And we use the same take off to remove something. For an example, to remove clothing or accessories. For an example, take off your shoes, take off your cap. That means remove it. And the next phrasal verb is take on. We use take on to allow passengers on the ship and plane. For an example, the plane stopped at Dubai to take on some passengers. And we use the same take on to accept some additional task or responsibilities for a task or for a job. For an example, I will take on this project if no one else will do so. So we use take on to accept some additional work or responsibility for a task or for a job. And we use take on for this two purpose. And the next phrasal verb is take out. We use take out to remove something from somewhere. For an example, take out the vessel from the oven. The food is ready to serve. And we use the same take out to invite someone socially, especially on a date. For an example, let me take you out for a dinner. So to invite someone socially on a date. And we use take out to borrow something, from a place, to pay for to pay tuition fee. And the next phrasal verb is take over. We use this take over to adopt a responsibility or duty from someone. For an example, I will take over your kitchen. I'll be here for the next 1 week, as I'm expert at cooking. I would like to do so. I would like to take care of everything. So take over. take over means to adopt a responsibility or a duty. And we use the same take over to relieve someone temporarily. For an example, if you take over driving for an hour, I would like to have a sleep for that 1 hour. So take over to relieve someone temporarily. And the next phrasal verb is take up. We use this phrasal verb take up to begin doing an activity on a regular basis as an habit or any interest. For example, I took up learning American English and playing basketball. That means I took it as an habit. I started doing that on a regular basis. And we use the same take up to occupy a space or a time. For an example, my books for IAS preparation took up all the shelves in my room. So we use this take up to occupy a space or a time. And the next phrasal verb is take up with. We use take up with to form a close relationship with somebody. If you have any favorite, you can say, I would like to take up with them. That means I would like to have a close relationship with them. We need to listen to all these phrasal verbs as many number of times as possible to learn it. If you are a self-learners, if we don't have anyone to communicate in English, what I mean is, if we don't have any English speaking people surrounded by us, we need to listen to the dialogues many times, at least 4 or 5 times, and we should say it louder. When we say it louder, for just 10 to 20 minutes, we can find out the differences in ourselves. And I'll come up with what is next in the next video.